When I started this whole travel hacking thing, one of the things that really drew me to it is the stories of success, especially when it comes to families. Because I'm like, of course, a single person can travel for free on points and miles, but what about a family? What about when you have kids and multiple kids at that? And so, hearing the stories of families that have done this for years and figured out how to travel for nearly free using your regular expenses like groceries and utilities and gas for the car. Is that really true? Is that really possible? Well, today I like to share my story to start with. And then maybe in the future, we can interview some people who have done this for a while. So, my name is Faith. I come from Arkansas, and you're probably wondering, wait a minute, you don't sound like you come from Arkansas. Well, I was born and raised in Michigan, and when I got married, I moved to Arkansas. My husband and I are in full time prison ministry, so we go in and we talk about Jesus in the prisons of the United States. And we really enjoy that. There's just such a hunger for truth in prison, you know, when we get to the end of ourselves is when we really find God. And so we're really blessed with the life that the Lord has given us. But traveling wasn't something that we could do a lot of for enjoyment. We travel a lot for work, but traveling for enjoyment was like something that was relegated to, just the necessities, like going to see our families in the north. And that was pretty much our family vacations. And so we heard about travel hacking actually through one of my family members, my cousin, Tim Walker of Travel Multiplier. Um, he started posting some things, and I was like, what is this? I'm so curious. And so he was gracious enough to let me pick his brain, and we started talking about what that would look like for us, even with a ministry budget. And so when we started doing this about 16 months ago, we right away saw that this is going to work for us. And I think the biggest turning point, like for, my husband and I, we went through the course and we kind of talked about what that would look like. And then when we booked our first big trip, that was when we were like, wait a minute, this is awesome. We took a 19-day trip out west. We went and saw 6 national parks. We stayed in amazing hotels, an Airbnb that was incredible, and all of our housing was paid through points and miles. And so that was incredible. That was like the first big trip that we took, and we were totally sold at that point. Like, we can do this with our normal expenditures. We're not spending any more than we normally would. We're just putting all of our normal expenses strategically on certain travel credit cards so that we can earn those points to later travel to some amazing places. And so we started the travel hacking journey about 16 months ago, and we've already taken thousands and thousands of dollars worth of trips for almost free. And we're so grateful. Like, we're so grateful that there's something like this out there for families who live on one income or a low income, and you're responsible with your finances. You're paying off your credit cards every month already, and so this is something that could work for you. Some of the amazing trips that we've taken, my husband and I, pretty quick after opening cards, is our first trip. We were able to take a trip, just the two of us, to Branson, Missouri, and we stayed at a Hyatt resort in Branson. We were able to go see David in the theaters. It's like a live theater, which is really amazing. And we were able to go to dinner, do just some stuff around town, and then our accommodations were amazing. It came with a little kitchenette and a balcony. It was just really a neat place to stay. And we stayed for just points. So that was incredible. And then, of course, we went on our 19-day trip out west. That was amazing. Our kids absolutely loved it. They love hiking, they love adventure. And so this was something that was really, really fun. They still talk about it. It's been neat to see their responses and some of the things that they remember. And since then, we've also done a lot of flights as a family, different places. Recently we rented a Airbnb. It was like a nice RV right on Lake Ontario, and we rented that with points. So you can do a lot of things with points, not just hotels or flights, but there's ways to do Airbnbs, to do RVs, to do cruises, to do activities. So it's very flexible. And one of the things I love about the whole travel hacking world, as I've learned more about it, is realizing it's really something that can be tailored for you and your family. We hit it kind of hard when we started. We just started signing up for cards as we could, financially, and paying those off. But we did it pretty consistently, but realizing now, there may be times in our life that kind of ebbs and flows depending on what we're dealing with. There may be times that we need to step back a little bit, and we can just earn slowly. There may be times where we want to ramp it up and earn a little more quickly, and we can do that as well. But there's just a lot of flexibility for what you want to make it. There may be some people even listening to this video that you're like, I only want one trip a year. I don't want to travel 7 or 8 times. And hey, I get that. But if that's you, you can just make this whatever you need it to. You don't have to sign up for a bunch of credit cards every year. Maybe just one or even 2 a year would get you the kind of trip that you would like, where you don't have to think about money. And so that has really changed our travel world in a lot of ways. It's been really incredible blessing. I think pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to see that the number one travel credit card that everybody says is the Sapphire Preferred. It's just got some solid benefits, and it's a low annual fee card. And so if I had to pick what were my 3 top starter cards, that would definitely be number 1. I think the Capital One Venture would be my close number 2. And then for me, we really have liked business cards. And so the Business Ink from Chase, those cards have been amazing for us. Some of them are no annual fees, and when you connect them to the Sapphire Preferred, you are earning points instead of cash back, which is really amazing. So those would be my 3 top starter cards if I had to pick. But there's so many great ones out there, and we're still learning. Like I said, we've only been doing this 16 months, and so we have learned as we went along. What we've probably earned in 16 months, we've earned pretty close to 2 million points. And that's incredible. I know some of that's been through telling other people about it and getting referrals from cards. But still, 2 million points is a lot. You can do a lot with 1 million points. We've already got some trips planned for the end of the year that are amazing. We are going to Hawaii for 5 days in November. Neither one of us have ever been to Hawaii. Our kids obviously have never been to Hawaii, so we're really excited about that. And that trip is almost nothing. It's been incredible and so fun to plan and prepare and book this trip with hardly any cash involved, just points and miles. So that's been amazing. And it's like, wow, how are we doing this, And then in December, we'll be doing another out west trip, this time to Southern California, Southern Arizona, and Southern New Mexico. and we're going to be doing 6 more national parks out there. All of our flights, our rental car, and all of our housing is paid for with points and miles. Pretty incredible. We're hoping that at the end of 2027, our biggest trip so far, would be going to New Zealand. We have some family members that we're going to be doing that with. And so we're already planning and preparing ahead for what that would look like and the points that we're going to need to get there. So it's super cool just to see the things that are out there for people like us who maybe we can't travel. We would never travel to these places if we had to pay in cash. It just isn't in our budget. But when we responsibly open up travel credit cards and put our normal expenses on them, how we are able to go to these amazing places on points and miles. What advice would I give to a mom or a parent starting out? Here's the thing. I think we can get really nervous about jumping in. And so what I would say is just start. Start and start slow. It's okay to start slow and try to figure it out as you go along. But don't wait until you have everything, all the little things figured out, because some good things will pass you by. And your kids are only the age they are right now, right? And so start now, start small, grow slowly. You can earn points slowly. You can open one card, that Sapphire Preferred, if you ask me, and then just figure it out as you go along. Like learn how you can earn slowly and just put everything on that card for the next several months, maybe even a year, until you kind of figure out the points and miles thing, and then open up another one. So it can be a very slow process if you want it to be, or if you're like me, maybe you want to kick it into high gear and go quickly. You can do that too. But don't be afraid to start. That's what I would say. Don't be afraid to start. Lots of people have been doing this for years and years and years. So this is a proven system. This is not a scheme. This is not a gimmick that has just been invented recently. I think we're hearing about it more because of social media, but it's for sure not a new thing. People have been figuring this out for a while, and I'm just hearing about it, which is kind of crazy. But I'm excited about what we've been able to achieve by using travel hacking. My favorite trip or memory thus far. I think the out west trip was really, really amazing for me. And one of the things that I came away with from that trip was just, traveling with 2 kids. We had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old when we were on that trip. And so obviously there were some busy times, and it's something when you're traveling with little kids of just like adapting and whatever. But I think what I came away with is I was so surprised at how relaxed I came home, because for those 2 weeks of just, actually almost 3, just being on the road for 3 weeks, I thought, oh, I hope that I am feeling relaxed. But I really was. I was refreshed when I came home because it was a different pace. We were seeing a different part of the country we had never seen. We're having these experiences and watching the kids just thrive on adventure and learn new things, and just spending time with just our family, just my husband and me and our kids, and the memories that we made. Like that was it was such an incredible time. And so I'm looking forward to some of the trips at the end of the year that will happen again, this time with a year older version of all of us. Just how that'll be fun. I think the kids are really looking forward to it. Hawaii is going to be a whole different kind of trip than we've taken, and so we're really excited about that. And then how has travel hacking helped our family in other ways than just vacations. And this is where it is really blessed us exponentially. Like, it's multiplied the blessing way beyond just family vacations, because there's always things in our life that come, like the emergencies, whether it's family emergencies, you feel like you want to be there for a family member, or maybe a funeral or a sad time that you need to be available to support your family. But, if you were banking on having to have cash for those trips, it would take a toll on your pocketbook. Instead, you have travel points and miles that you can use as kind of an alternative currency to cash. And we've seen this time and again where there have been family emergencies that we could drop everything, we could get a flight, we could go fly to a certain place and just be available. There have been places we could drive to, and then we could use hotel points for our hotel. That's incredible, to just be able to be available for your family and the people that you love at the drop of a hat because of this alternative currency of points and miles. As far as ministry, because we are in ministry, there's been times as well that we could fly a babysitter to come and help us with the kids while me and my husband both went into prisons in Florida or other places, so that we could both be doing ministry in different places, and our kids are being loved and cared for in a way that makes us feel comfortable. And then recently we had a different kind of emergency. The air conditioning in our house went out. And so in Arkansas, it's like 100 degrees right now. And so we were able to, just at the drop of a hat, literally, we booked the hotel room 30 minutes before we checked in. And we were able to get a good night's sleep in an air conditioned spot. And we paid $37 for the room because we had a hotel credit on one of our cards that we were able to use. And so we got this nice suite at a Holiday Inn, and we were able to only spend $37, which is well worth it when you're talking good sleep for you and your spouse and your kids, So it's kind of just one of those things that have blessed us all around. And I just want to say this again: if you are in credit card debt or you are working yourself out of debt, obviously this is not a time that you want to think about travel hacking. But if you have already made a point to be responsible about opening cards, to pay them off every month, basically treating them like debit cards, paying those cards off every single month, and you have a history of that, then travel hacking is probably a good idea for you, as long as you want to travel, right? And so this is just a really amazing thing that we've come across. We're so grateful to Travel Multiplier and the course that they put out that has helped us understand some of the basics of this whole travel hacking thing. So in closing, I just want to say, start. If you're new to this and you're curious, give us a follow. We post content here a couple times a week. We talk about what that looks like, some tips and tricks along the way. And we're not professionals by any stretch of the imagination, but we're learning, and we like to share what we're learning as we're traveling with kids, and we are traveling on points and miles and trying to honor God by being debt-free. And so this is just something that we wanted to share with you. We want to share our story. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out. All of our information, all of the things that you would need to know is on my website, okay? It's livingbraveandcourageous.com. livingbraveandcourageous.com/travel. Okay, livingbraveandcourageous.com/travel. There you'll find all of our travel card referral links. There's a link to the course that we took, which is well worth it if you can invest in that course. That will get you far down the road in understanding some of the nitty gritties and the math behind why this works. There's also links to some videos that we've done, our YouTube channel that you're on right now, our Instagram channel, and a couple other things as well. So it's all right there, livingbraveandcourageous.com/travel. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed day.